Hi everyone, it's Sadie Danker here with the social media team, and you're watching an Aureus 411. Today I am joined with one of the senior recruiters on the imaging division, Lisa Moody, and we're going to be talking about traveling with an RV. Well, Lisa, thank you again so much for joining us here today to talk about traveling with an RV. I know you work with so many travelers who decide to take this type of housing, so why don't you start by just telling us some of the pros and cons to traveling with an RV?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Well, there's a lot of pros to traveling with an RV. First of all, who doesn't like having their house with them? There is no deciding what to bring on assignment. You just bring it all. You bring your house. Secondly, it's a great opportunity to maybe bring family members along, bring pets along. There is no looking for apartments or places to stay while on assignment because you have your house with you. And a huge benefit is obviously the housing stipend. Our travelers are entitled to receive money for housing. Most RV parks are going to range about $450 a month. So that excess housing stipend is basically a net for the traveler, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, those sound like great pros. What maybe are on the other side of the coin, some of the cons to traveling with an RV?
There are a few limitations with traveling with an RV. Probably the first one that comes to mind is that you may actually be limiting the assignments that you can take. For instance, Boston, San Francisco, Los Angeles, large coastal metropolitan areas, while they do have RV parks, they're just not very close to where the center of town and the medical facilities are. So traveling into the city and working at those facilities is going to add another hour and a half, 2 hours to your day, which is already long already. So there's those limitations, as well as a lot of RV parks close down between the months of October and March, which severely limits the assignments you can take if you're in an RV and cuts them pretty much in half. So those are some of the limitations. Other limitations might be particular RV parks have their own limitations. For instance, if an RV is over 10 years old, it might not be welcome. If it's longer than 40 feet, maybe not going to be acceptable. And sometimes even they won't take pets. So those are all limitations that are out there.
Wow, a lot to think about when you're
There is a lot to think about.
taking an RV with you. I know, as we've talked about, you work with a lot of travelers. What are some of the key locations that are super RV friendly that if somebody is going to take an RV, they should look into for an assignment?
Great question. I am told by my many travelers that obviously the best places are going to be the South. Anywhere from Arizona to Florida is open year-round with plenty of campgrounds and RV parks. Secondly, I'm told that Central California and Northern California also are open year-round and have great locations which are usually readily available, and the Midwest is a key. More KOAs in the Midwest than any location in America.
Awesome. Well, I guess to close us out here, what are some of the final tips and tricks you have for someone who is looking into taking their first assignment with their RV? Some things to look out for and some more things to consider.
I would say make sure you do your research. Know what you're getting into. If you are looking for an RV, don't buy the first one you see. Make sure you take someone with you who's knowledgeable that can help you with making sure it's the right RV for what you want it for. Secondly, change your expectations. There may be times of the year where maybe it's not smart to have your RV with you. I have a lot of travelers that park it during the winter, and that's when they're in Hawaii, and that's when they're in Boston. So be open to that. The third thing that I would suggest is always reach out to other travelers. There are plenty of travelers out there who travel in RVs and can tell you their own pros and cons. So be informed.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us so much information about traveling with RVs. And if you're ready to start your next assignment, give us a call today.